Time to abandon ship.
Oh no!
Here we go!
Can I persuade you to join us for a drink? It's a tradition.
Here, here.
Jar Jar, homie, my main man, quickly. Before the Separatists attack, get into the escape pod.
Hey! This is escape, then we're the pod.
Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Escape Pod. And we've got a nice full house this evening. So we're going to introduce you to the crew again in just a moment. So if it's your first time listening to Star Wars Escape Pod, welcome to the best Star Wars podcast in the galaxy, or at least I like to think so. And we hope you do too. So prepare for some fun Star Wars chat conversation, and let's get into it.
Another happy landing.
I don't know what that thing was, but it isn't friendly.
Let me in.
Who's there? I think you can see inside our minds.
It's so cold out here.
Make itself look like someone you know.
Whatever it's saying, it's not true.
Things in our past can loom pretty large.
Why did you leave me behind?
All right, that is the trailer for Dead Echo, Tales from the 501st. That's the next short film coming from the Twin Sun Film Foundation. And without further ado, let's introduce or reintroduce our podcast crew tonight. So, Blake, welcome back, sir.
Hello there. Glad to be back, as always.
Glad to have you back.
All right. We got a Cantina Banter at last, my favorite episodes.
Yeah. All right, and welcome back, Darian, sir.
Sakuragar, boyos. It's good to be back in the pod.
Good to have you back. Welcome back, Bryce.
Too long.
Yes, it has been too long. Far too long.
I didn't even think you've been on since before, like since Mando Grogu came out, right? So we can.
No,
we haven't talked to you that your RPG Edge of the Empire character is now canon.
Yeah.
Which one? Oh yeah. Very briefly, the Amani.
The Amani.
Right? Yeah.
That was right. Yeah. Briefly, man. I remember like a whole campaign with that one.
I think so too.
Turns out he's just a bloodthirsty monster.
I didn't even know they were aquatic.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't originally, but we can talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
All right. And big welcome back to Kirk. Hello there, sir, from Down Under.
Hello. It's also been a while, I think.
Yeah, it has. I think
pod episodes.
When was the last time that we had you on?
I'm not sure. Must have been. I can't even remember. It's been a while, that's for sure.
Yeah, it has.
It's been so long that I feel really late, and I just finished the Mall series like a week or two ago.
Oh yeah, that's
so
right.
It definitely has been a while.
Okay, well, be sure to, before we wrap it up tonight, remind me if I forget. But yeah, we'll want to ask what your opinion was on that on the air, so that we get your Pablo points and poodoos for each episode. So maybe as we chat tonight, maybe you go through and we'll get your grades, get your Pablo's and poodoos.
I'll just randomly say like 2 Pablo points, like just at random points, or 1 Pablo point during this next, 30 minutes out of context, and then you'll just have to figure out what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
In no particular order either.
Right.
Actually, I think the last thing I was on the pod was when I sent in a voice note for the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think that
was
was it. Yeah, that was right because we sadly missed you that evening. But awesome. Okay, so we just took a listen to this pretty cool looking trailer for Dead Echo. Darian, what can you talk about that? Like, I don't know, what
is it Death?
You know more than us. Like, what's going on with that one?
So we had the cockpit built from the original Bucketheads episodes, and they decided to do a horror film, short film out of that for the Tales of the 501st, because they wanted to go in a different direction and not make every Tales of the 501st episode comedy. So this drastically changed after the last script I read. I honestly don't know much about where it landed.
Okay.
I just know that they didn't use mine.
Is that a TIE fighter pun?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, before the release date screams us by, when is this releasing? It's
this Saturday. So by the time listeners listen to this episode, it will actually be available to watch on the Twin Sun Film Foundation tube.
Oh, great. Okay. Awesome.
Well, check that out.
Yeah, definitely check that out. This podcast drops probably about 2 weeks from as of tonight. So
it's been out for a week.
so technically it's been out for a week already. yeah. So there you go. A little bit of sample audio there that we played, but then just look it up on the Twin Sun Foundation, Twin Sun Film Foundation YouTube channel, and they also have the Bucketheads series on there, and lots more stuff coming down the pipe, so pretty cool. And you can become a member right on their website. They have a website. Everybody. Go and take a look.
You could possibly become a member.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get featured as a, can I get shot by a stormtrooper and
if you donate enough.
Yeah, we can make that happen. It might not be on film.
Oh man,
I do think a Star Wars horror has always been a really cool idea.
Yeah, I've always wanted one of the Ewoks.
That'd be good too. Directly inspired from like Battlefront.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you three have all listened to the Death Troopers audiobook.
It's one of my favorite Star Wars audiobooks. It's so good, man.
Right.
The sequel sucks, but the first one's awesome.
You mean the prequel? It's a prequel. Red Harvest, right?
Yeah. Didn't like that one as much.
I mean, one of the only film projects we've kind of made together, us three, is kind of like a horror.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Binks, right? It's like, we definitely, that's definitely our genre that we like.
Why? So it's always the genre that a lot of indie film people go to.
It's easy to do on a budget.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, easy to do on a budget, and I think it's the hit that you get from. I mean, we also love comedy, right? So we're doing it as like, it's like a comedic horror, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, Kirk, you ever done a horror?
I haven't done a horror like myself. Are you talking about like my own film projects, or watch? Well, just because I've been watching a couple of new horror films that just come out. My next short film, which is probably coming out mid-July, is definitely got some horror influences to it because of that. So I guess it's bit of a half horror.
Okay.
Not too scary because I have to wear diapers if I ever go to the theater and watch a horror movie. I can't do it. I just watched Obsession and Backrooms, which is the first two horror films I've ever gone to in theaters. I enjoy the movies a lot actually, like looking back, but yeah, I don't think I would. I'm going to be sitting through too many in the future, but I'll definitely. I've always thought Star Wars needed a horror movie. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. What were you going to say, Darren?
You've never seen Aliens in the theater?
I have not ever seen Aliens, to be honest. I've seen Prometheus. Does that count?
That's the worst one. Prometheus.
Oh God, yeah, no, that was like
it was okay. Prometheus was a good sci-fi movie, but I liked it. But it was like
it's
not a good representation of the Alien series.
Wait, is Prometheus the one with like the engineer? Like the engineer. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, I was like, Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, wow, if that guy went outside, he'd get really bad sunburn. That was my first thought when I saw him.
I still think Prometheus is better than the worst Predator movie.
Yeah, I agree.
If that has anything going for it.
I totally agree.
Like the Alien series as a whole, I think is stronger than the kind of the Predator series as a whole. But
which is the worst Predator movie?
Yeah,
probably the one.
Different universe, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe the same universe. I don't know.
I think a lot of people don't like the second one, but I don't mind that one as much.
I love that one actually because it totally follows the same style
as the first one. I like that too.
I was wondering. We've all seen Mandalorian and Grogu at this point. I hope, Bryce, you've seen it, right?
I was actually in Japan.
Okay,
I didn't see it in Japan.
Okay, so
one of the things I wanted to talk about was like how big of like an advertising and media marketing campaign it was in Japan.
Oh,
like,
really?
It was everywhere, and to the point where I don't know what it was like kind of in Canada, but I was very surprised because I don't feel like Star Wars is as big in Japan, and yet holy smokes did I see the marketing everywhere.
Well, they had Celebration hosted there last year, and I feel like Japan has had a pretty big Star Wars fan following now for quite some time, but that's just
I think it's the biggest in Asia.
It's definitely the biggest in Asia, and also you know, I also Visions Volume 1 and 3 featured pretty heavily like a lot of Japanese anime
and there's
studios.
So much like history tied to Japan around Star Wars too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I think maybe like when it first came out, like maybe not as much, but since the original 6 Lucasfilms have completed, I think the culture there has grown a lot, like in terms of, you know, how many people really jump on board. But you're saying that, you know, you saw posters all over the place, like, you know, we're talking like bus stops and buildings type thing,
just
like
holograms.
Everywhere, even like Mandalorian perfumes and Mandalorian t-shirt, like every like clothing shop had their own like, and sometimes there's like high end, you know, it was like a really high end clothing shop, but they'd have like a shirt with like the Mandalorian on it.
That's pretty fun.
I have to know
all
what
over
the
malls,
just like.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it smell like to smell like Grogu?
Yeah, I was gonna say Grogu musk.
Yeah.
Swamp, essence of swamp.
Caviar.
Yeah.
Caviar, like the fish eggs, right?
Yeah. Calamari caviar. Got Din Djarin at dusk. Grogu grime.
Mandalorian's just like silver spray.
Just paint.
Why is this not? Is this supposed to turn my skin silver? Like, what's going on here?
Oh man.
Cool. It was cool. It was definitely cool to see the hype while in Japan. You know, it was like.
So you enjoyed the movie? What did you think of the movie? Because I think out of everyone here, like, you know, we even heard from Kirk on a voicemail. Like, we haven't heard your opinion on the movie. So what did you think about it?
I went into it with a very like a mindset of like, this is a movie. Like, I had to remind me, this is a movie for children. You know, like for kids. Like, this is going to be a movie for kind of like almost like Indiana Jones for kids, right? But even like younger. So I think going into it like that, I kind of came out of the movie being like, you know what, if I was a kid and I was seeing this movie, I would be super entertained and it's super fun. But I'm sure, I don't know what your guys' opinion on it, but I'm sure as like a Star Wars fan, there were a lot of surprises, like seeing a hut with that kind of, with no accent, kind of like that kind of like threw me off.
Yeah.
Right.
And being ripped and them rolling around wrestling.
Yeah, just having a good wrestle. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah. Once that kind of stuff was like hard to get around because I really, you know, I'm like, I could watch this whole movie if the hut was just speaking Huttese, you know, and that would be cool for me.
Yeah.
It's funny because it seems like such a minor thing, but it definitely threw me out of the movie too.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, you know, certain things like who's deploying AT-ATs on the side of a cliff? Like that seems like the worst spot for these things to be ever. Like if you're like, there's one place I don't want these, it's like we're on a cliff where they can move in like one direction, they could just tip over.
Crap, we gotta back up.
Yeah, it's funny when you see it, when you like acknowledge those things in your mind, you're almost like seeing the blueprint of the writing process, and you know, it's like okay, it's like at baseline, it's all for the story, like what would make a cool story, not what makes sense, right? But
Exactly.
I totally get it. Yeah.
It's those things where I'm like, okay, well, it just looks cool, and kids just like stuff that look cool, you know?
Yeah. What did you think about the adventure that Din Djarin has in the movie? I mean, like, we've seen him primarily in a serialized format. How was that experience for you, like going from that into a movie? And if we ever get a season 4, like, you know, just kind of keeping that in mind as well. Like, what was that experience like for you?
I kind of liked how it was almost like even as a movie, it was almost like 2 episodes. Would you guys like agree with that? Like there was
Absolutely.
like clearly like right,
you
like
could feel
a
like
first part
transitions.
Yeah, there's a clear like break like halfway through where they could have almost had a part-time show, you know, featuring Max Rebo. Then back to the action.
Little side quest.
Yeah.
Go get your snacks.
Yeah, let's go back to the Resistor, the New Republic, like military hangar. You know, listen to a show, and then you know, let's hit the ship again and take off and
go to the lobby.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's all go to the lobby.
You guys singing the Hatis.
I know, like, one
Koji by the doorway.
Just me. Or did anybody not like the music on that planet? Like the
that was
like the techno, like that techno music. When they were flying into the planet. Oh, what was the planet called again? Like the casino kind of city. Area. It just threw me out of the movie so badly.
yes, absolutely. The music was pretty crazy for Star Wars. Like that felt like I've never heard this kind of music in Star Wars before.
It reminded me of like some beat I would whip up in GarageBand when I was in like primary school.
Exactly. I almost said the same thing, I think, to my wife. I think I was like, like, you know, like on the early Mac computers or whatever. I think the guys who made that were probably the speeder bike kids from
the mods.
I'm pretty sure they like sold their mixtape.
Yeah, the mods it sounds like a band. The mods. Yeah. No, I get it. You know, it's funny because like Ludwig has been doing Mando for years, and I don't know, he just decided to kind of turn it up to a different notch in this one. And
did he do the music?
Yeah, same guy. So you know, I don't know, maybe just got like, I just want to do something different.
See, I loved a lot of the music in this movie, but there were a couple songs where it's like, I guess, sure. I mean, there's a lot of different cultures. And
yeah. Hey, Bryce, what's your theory on the Djarik match? Like, what did you think of that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I kind of liked that. I don't know. What did you guys think about the whole...
We were throwing ideas around.
Speculating like how this came to be.
Yeah, we were speculating. Like, how did it become a board game?
Or vice versa?
Yeah.
I would say it was a board game first, right? And then someone had the idea of like making
throwing all these monsters together.
Because I thought it was the other way around. See, like I looked at Djarik, the chess game, as like, you know, like the air hockey of the world. You know, like air hockey, you know, or maybe like foosball or something. Yeah, it's okay. It's like foosball. You know, you got soccer.
Falcon has a foosball table.
It's like what came first, foosball or soccer? What came first, air hockey or hockey? Like I don't know. That's interesting that you say it the other way around. I would love to know what's like, you know. Yeah.
I guess because there's like monsters featured in it, so it's like too specific, right? Like the fact that they went and got every single monster from this board game almost makes it feel like the battle came first.
It's not even necessarily for me that it's the same monsters. Is that they're also wearing the exact same clothing for the ones that wear the clothing?
I still argue that they just knocked them out with gas, dressed them, gave them the weapons, and went, here you go.
So then it was themed after the board game. Yeah. It's the clothing, I think, that makes me lean that way as well.
I see. I didn't notice that. I think that might just be like because I think that's more of like they did that as more of like so you can identify like the creatures, like,
but they have like the same like exact same hammer and stuff.
Yeah.
If I was to like kind of break it down lore wise, it would kind of be like I don't know, like there's this game that gets like a board game that gets released like in our universe about like monsters fighting or people fighting, like almost like Squid Game, you know, like, or like something like that, where it's clearly like designed from a game, but then some twisted guy was like, I'm gonna put real people through this.
I can see that.
a crazy Mr. Beast guy's like, you know what? I know this is just like a game that everyone loves, but what if I put real people through that and make them fight all these creatures?
Yeah.
And then someone's like, that's an incredible idea. Put the big muscle hut in there.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Kirk, you got anything we had your very lovely condensed voicemail that we played on the show, and honestly, people only really need to listen to that, and they can ignore the rest of the podcast episode. That listen to us like kind of banter about it, because it summarized all of our opinions very well. But did you have anything to add since then? Like, have you had a chance to see it again? Have you like maybe read some?
Have you sat on it?
Yeah, have you sat on it? Has anything changed for you?
No, not in particular. I wonder if anyone else saw it, but I came across this this Instagram reel from a podcast where people were talking about Jeremy Allen White's voiceover work for Rod of the Hutt, and it was so funny because like I was listening to it and I think I missed the context of the interview, but apparently like they were just saying how like it sounded like he just did like a phone dial in for his voiceover. Like he just called in and gave the most like flat performance. And when I was like watching it, I was like, yeah, I feel like I didn't know if it was true or not. I don't think it actually is. He probably did go in and do the lines, but it summed up the movie for me. He's just like the whole time he's just like, I don't want to impress my father. I'm not like my father. Yeah. Everyone thinks I'm like my father, but I'm not my father. And he's had this speech like 4 or 5 times throughout the whole movie. And I'm just like, I've had enough of this guy and his dad. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah. That's kind of, but no, apart from that, no, I still see, I think I gave it a Bendu in the end. Probably I could update it to like maybe like a 0.5 Pablo points, but nah, I think I'll still stick with the Bendu.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah, Bryce, what was your Pablo points of Pudus of the movie? Like, if you were to give a score?
Man, I'm gonna give a Bendu as well. I have like no strong feelings on it. I think it would be fun for kids, but it's not for me. But yeah, I think it was that's awesome. A Bendu.
That brings our team average. Oh wait, Darren, did we get your Pablo points of Bendu?
Yeah, I give it to a Bendu as well. It's the first movie of Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, I already got that. Okay, that was awesome. So that means that we have
it was not bad. It wasn't good.
A Pablo point.
I'd give Battle of Endor a point.
Okay.
But not Caravan of Courage.
Caravan of Courage. Oh man. So that brings our team average to 1 Pablo point, which is doing pretty good. I would say like, hey,
I think that's a comfortable spot for it.
I would say so. Like, I mean, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, go and catch it in theaters while it's still there, because it is going to be the best experience you're going to have with this movie. Go for it.
In August, it will be on Disney Plus.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so August it will be on Disney Plus.
Check it on IMAX while you can.
Yeah.
What was your prediction? I remember you said a prediction that you were trying to like guestimate when it was going to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it was August.
Get it right.
I think I mentioned. I think I mentioned like it was either. We'll have to like rewind and try and say, because I definitely said this on the record at some point. But does anyone remember what I said?
I said September. You did
do a score review
because I said at the beginning of September.
Yeah, and I mentioned there was like one estimation I had for streaming and one I had for the Blu-ray release.
Oh man,
and I can't remember what I said for which month, but I pinned the Blu-ray at like 2 months after the streaming date, and I can't remember if I said September or August. But I don't know. I feel like we're in the ballpark.
Yeah,
like we're definitely like.
I think probably September Blu-ray.
Yeah, I think there's been no announcements yet, but I'm kind of waiting on it because it's gonna happen. It'll happen.
Do you guys remember you'd watch a movie in the theaters and then it'll come out on like
VHS
like a year later?
If you're American,
that movie
Park was like a year and a half. I remember being so mad about that.
But it's been long enough that you like have forgotten about it, and then you're like re-inspired to watch it again.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the DVD release of Revenge of the Sith was November 1st, 2005, and the release of the movie was like May. So yeah, same year. But I mean, November 1st is pretty late. The VHS release, like that was like they only did that to sort of satisfy the collectors.
Right.
That one was also, that was October. So same time.
Did you just say they did a VHS for Revenge of the Sith?
They did. They only did it to complete people's collections. But this was already when VHS was being kind of phased out. This was 2005, right? So yeah, because I think VHS was kind of being phased out in 2003 onwards.
I thought they only did it up to Phantom Menace.
No, they did it for all three. Yeah, I have Attack of the Clones on VHS, but yeah, Revenge of the Sith. That's the one I don't have on VHS, which kind of sucks because I've got I got it on DVD, but. Yeah.
It's probably hard to find.
Yeah, it is.
I'd love to.
Let's look it up.
Acquire that somehow.
I want to know what.
So
it
when
goes
does
for
Mandalorian
on,
and Grogu come out on VHS?
There's people that make
DVD is the equivalent.
Yeah,
of VHS
there's people that like compress the heck out of the movie down, and then they put it on a VHS and they make a cardboard box and everything. Like people did it for the sequels.
A bootleg VHS.
Yeah, did like a self-made bootleg, a crappier version. Just so that people like Phil can watch it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say we should ask Phil because I'm pretty sure Phil has done his own like VHS recording. I think he did do this, which is
of course he did, man. Yeah, you know how many copies of Empire he's got because he rewatches them on VHS so often.
And they like wear out.
Yeah, they wear out. So then he takes a new one out of his like pantry,
right?
Pops it in. He's good for another like year and a half.
He's got a whole cupboard and it's just VHS of Empire.
Yeah,
he even learned to like do tactical reloads for the VHS player.
He's got a bandolier.
Yeah, just like reload. Okay, some schmuck is trying to sell it for $700.
Is it the only one?
Oh my goodness, $9,000. Holy, what is wrong with you
Premium
people?
Condition.
There's a Korean version for $280.
Is that
what are we looking at?
This is the Revenge of the Sith VHS. That's crazy, man. Like
they probably didn't make very many.
Well, no, they probably didn't. I mean, like anyone who bought one out there. Oh, meanwhile, Attack of the Clones episode 2. Guess how much it is on VHS? $450.
That's what I figured about like nothing. Like
yeah.
Dollar store or
I don't
call them thrift shop pricing.
Yeah.
I don't understand this Amazon posting, but it's like Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith on VHS. And then the options are you can buy it on Blu-ray, DVD, or 4K. It's like,
actually, I found a mint sealed Revenge of the Sith VHS for 5,000 British pounds. How much is that? That's like 10 grand.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of money. That's like this
it's
listing.
a 9.4 rated.
I bought the
sealing.
wrong copy.
Wow.
I could see like the original trilogy sealed VHS going for that. I don't see the prequels.
Oh, I'm seeing one for $250. I'm seeing one for $250.
Is it well used?
That's a sealed, factory sealed UK release. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, but can a North American VHS player play that?
Why would they be different?
I mean, maybe the dialogue is in British, so we won't understand it.
Yeah, they had to dub it.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's a good question.
I think the heads were different or something. Remember when DVDs first came out, you couldn't play a British DVD?
Yeah, DVDs are different. DVDs are region restricted, and so is Blu-rays, but it doesn't look like there's any region on this box. So I think it's actually VHSs at the time, I think were universal. It's like one of the downsides of like digital media on disc, like they're able to hard code,
right?
Regions in your Blu-ray player and stupid
but a
stuff.
lot of those, you just open up the Blu-ray player and change the code switch inside. Even I can do that.
Yeah. A lot of the Blu-ray players now, it's like a digital setting, and they limit you to like change it 8 times or something, or so many times per year. It's really dumb.
Per year?
It's really dumb. It's like there's no point.
I've got some limey friends. Let's just go over to their house.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mandalorian and Grogu released May 22nd. It's still in theaters, so go and catch it while it's on the big screen. I had an article that I found just the other day. I know there's some Lego enthusiasts here in our group. Did anyone else hear the news that George Lucas is getting a minifigure?
I thought I saw that in a headline, but I didn't look into it.
Yeah, so Lego to release first ever Star Wars set featuring George Lucas himself. That is there's like an image. It's just,
is he wearing flannel?
It's somebody's custom figure. Right. Yes, it's wearing flannel. He's got the gray beard and all that stuff. but there is a rumor, floating around, and it's been reported a few times now that this is going to be included in a very big set, or a, this is the kind of set that you get for Christmas, right? Like that's the kind of
$500 plus set.
Like you'll get the $500 Skywalker Ranch,
right,
with George Lucas.
Yeah. Skywalker Ranch's guest house.
That fountain that you guys went and visited.
Oh yeah. The Yoda fountain. The Yoda, something like the Yoda fountain in San Fran. Like there's that's a big popular tourist destination. I mean, like there's so many cool things that they can do. I think they actually did they didn't do a Lego fountain of that, but they had a Lego Yoda that had like a t-shirt saying "I love New York." That was like, it's a
Yoda fountain?
No, it's like a promo minifig. But yeah, they should make the fountain. That's pretty iconic fountain.
Are we all going to Star Wars Celebration as George Lucas, but like George Lucas through the years?
That's such a good idea.
That has to be a thing,
the
right?
fat George Lucas.
Oh man, I feel like that's I'm gonna have to look into like growing out my beard for that, man, because he had a nice luscious kind of dark brown beard back in the day.
I'm trying to think about how I would put loose skin for like the authentic turkey neck.
Yeah, we'll get a makeup and special effects artist.
Yeah, we'd have to.
Yeah,
just rip one.
And
off
actually, forget.
That's true.
Forget Star Wars Celebration. What we'll do, we'll go to the opening of his museum, and we'll all dress up like that.
We all go as George Lucas.
That's awesome. We'd get confused for him, like people be taking photos. Like, George, you there?
Just interviewing for like the local news.
You're not gonna let me in my own museum?
It's me, guys. It's me.
There was a dude that went on.
I can't believe they kicked me out of my own museum.
Take this down.
And everybody thought he was George Lucas, so he went and got stuff to shave because he was sick of everybody asking.
Everyone asking. That's pretty funny.
He's like, I didn't really think about it before, but yeah.
Oh jeez.
And I've seen the pictures. He really looks like George Lucas.
That's awesome. Speaking of which, speaking of George,
what
Lucas,
was that Star Cruiser? He went on a Star Cruiser or something. Someone that looked like him.
Yeah. He made fun of it later. I think he went as George Stacool or something that George Lucas did as a joke at one point. But yeah, apparently he was like super uncomfortable the first time because everybody thought he was George.
We do have a little news.
What ship was this? Was like a
hotel, the hotel at Disney Parks.
Oh no, I'm trying to search and find it. Oh well. I don't think I'll be able to find it.
Yeah, it's shut down now. That was like it was like up for a hot second.
Oh no, I mean the guy that looked like George Lucas. Like was there like a news article about it or?
I saw a YouTube thing on it like 2 years ago, and he really looked like George.
Maybe he just was George.
Just a little.
Maybe I just like how he appears in the back of that in the back of that documentary, like about plumbing or something. He's like seen walking into a hotel room.
See that?
Right.
What I want the Lego set of that.
Nice.
That'd be very funny.
And it's like the Solid, and then like the Solid Snake music plays.
Right. Yeah. It's like George Lucas in the wild.
Can you imagine going up to George Lucas? Excuse me. Are you George Lucas?
No. I get that a lot. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You think I'm, the guy who made Star Wars, but no, I just look like him.
Are you sure?
Josh, you totally you fantasize about this, I reckon.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay. There's a little audio clip here from the Lucas.
We've all just gone quiet.
Yeah, let's take a listen to the real George Lucas.
My take on art is more culturally oriented, and I look at art as a way of judging a culture and understanding not really what it looked like or anything, but what the people were thinking and what the people were feeling and what was going on at a particular time. And it's really a cultural signpost of the times in which it was drawn, which is, to me, the most important aspect.
People, as soon as they walk into the plaza, I feel like you're entering George's brain. This is what my idea of what George's brain looks like in a project in conjunction with one of the greatest architects in the world, Ma Yang-sung.
I've worked with hundreds of illustrators in my life, and they're all brilliant, they're all great, but they don't get recognized for anything. So this is sort of a temple to the people's art.
All right, and it happens that we have a founding member here among us. So
more than one.
More than one, yeah.
I'm in his honor.
Yeah, it is a pleasure to be in your presence, sir.
Wow.
So you can get lifetime founding member status right now on the website before access to the museum opens up. And July 15th at 10 a.m. That's
the cutoff.
That's the
You
too
could be a founding member.
That's right. So member previews are September 5th through September 11th, and during member previews you can attend once with up to 2 accompanied member guests, or 4 people total, depending on the membership that you have. And, the member priority access also starts July 15th at 10 a.m. There is a more recent update on this as well, with tickets or regular tickets being reservable up to February 28th, 2027 for those members. So that's starting July 15th that you can book those tickets. So unfortunately, if anyone is listening and planning on going to Star Wars Celebration, you will not be able to pre-book tickets that far in advance for a larger party, but keep your eyes peeled if you are a member, because I'm sure at some point, that opportunity will present itself. So it's pretty neat. I think, we're looking forward to going.
It's going to be very cool.
Yeah.
When was this year, September 22nd.
Yeah, that's right.
Time for me to go.
Well, you have to come here first, and then.
Damn. Oh yeah, true. I forgot about that. That's all right. I'll go there, and then I'll camp outside for 6 months, and hopefully I don't get deported because I don't have a green card.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I know a bunch of us here are going down to Star Wars Celebration. There is an update regarding the guests for Star Wars Celebration 2027. Ahmed Best, the voice of Jar Jar Binks. Well, I should say more than just the voice. He's the physical embodiment of Jar Jar Binks in mocap, as well as the voice of the animated version, I think, in the Clone Wars. And then he also played Kelleran Beck, Ahmed Best, going to be there at Star Wars Celebration. Matthew Wood, the voice of General Grievous, will be there. We have Clone Wars stars Ashley Eckstein, Ahsoka Tano, James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Matt Lanter, the voice of Anakin Skywalker, will be there. And that is on top of the already announced guests, Hayden Christensen, Ian McDermott, Anthony Daniels, Michelle Ng, and D. Bradley Baker. Oh, you put your hand up. Oh, yeah, rock on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's my Anakin, going to be there, so had to give him the horns.
Gotcha. So they'll probably continually announce like more and more people kind of as the year goes on. But I thought that was interesting. And Ahmed Best recently co-wrote the one-shot Jar Jar comic that we got a copy of. So
he co-wrote that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I wondered why Jar Jar looked so much more ripped.
That's why we got to get signed, man.
It was like a different girlfriend, like every 3 pages.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. There was another thing that hit my headline recently. There was some news sort of talking about Star Wars Eclipse. I know we've talked about that video game a number of times on this podcast, but there was an update on that. But first, I don't know, Darian, maybe do you want to because you sent me a link first. And this had popped up on my radar as well at the same time. But do you want to talk about what you heard, and then I'll talk about what I read in response to that? Oh, you can't remember?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I had an ADD strike, and I don't know what we're talking about.
No, that's all good. So like the studio behind Star Wars Eclipse, Quantic Dream, they're making a game called Star Wars Eclipse. Does anybody know about this?
I forget about it.
Really cool trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really cool trailer with the drums, and then nothing happened.
Right. Yeah, and
it's been the background on my laptop for 5 years now.
So
it's not even out.
We played Detroit Become Human, as well as what was that other one called? It was not Heavy Rain, it was the other one.
It's the one with the that lady. She's got the ghost.
Yeah,
the ghost
friend. The ghost friend. Oh my goodness, whatever. Anyway,
Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls. Oh, thank you.
That's
yes,
the one.
That's the one. So we played those in anticipation for this game because we were excited that, this studio is still, speculating what this game could be like and all so on and so forth. Anyway, the studio has allegedly had some problems with a game of theirs recently not doing well financially. And people had speculated what's going to happen with Star Wars Eclipse. There could be layoffs happening. What's going to happen with that? Just to get to the bottom of it, there's a quote here from a spokesperson who issued the following statement.
How long ago did this happen?
This is like within the last week or two.
Old, yeah.
Yeah, a couple days old. So spokesperson says, as previously stated, the development of Star Wars Eclipse remains unaffected by the recent closure of Spellcaster Chronicles, which is the game that had some issues. A decision driven by the challenging market conditions in that segment. The development of Star Wars Eclipse is continuing as planned, with the full commitment of its team and all the necessary resources to complete its mission. Our priority is to ensure that employees affected by the restructuring process receive the appropriate support, care, and consideration. Out of respect for this ongoing process and for the employees concerned, we will not provide any further comment at this stage. So, for anyone who was worried about it, don't fear. It seems like they got everything under control. So I don't know.
Really though?
Yeah, it is. It's like, okay.
I don't know. Like I'm more likely something is. I mean, we haven't seen anything for 5 years, right? And
years.
when something like this happens, it's usually a sign. If like hundreds of people are getting laid off, sure they're going to be upset, but they're also going to be like, I think what they were saying is, hey, like, why aren't we being put on this project? Why are we being laid off instead of helping out with Star Wars Eclipse? Because I think they're saying it's behind, right? Whether or not we believe, I don't know. It seems to me like, obviously, I feel like the company is going to say this to cover their butts,
right?
But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to really know.
Yeah,
EA has just, at least for me, made me so jaded about Star Wars games.
Star Wars
nothing surprises me.
Jaded about Star Wars. I mean, they've canceled way more than they've made in the last few years.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
But one can hope.
Yeah, one can hope.
I'm looking for a new hope.
Kathleen Kennedy's not there anymore, so there's a good chance they'll stop announcing things they don't plan to make.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see what happens, I guess.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Bryce, I know you're a big anime fan, in the group. Is the Ninth Jedi, Star Wars Visions presents the Ninth Jedi, like, is that something that you've been excited about for a little while?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was one of the more engaging things from Visions, right?
Yeah.
For the first
I don't think it's something I'm like constantly checking on, but I think it should be fun, right?
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah.
That had some of the coolest world building.
Yeah, Blake, you liked it as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, at least it was like, because they did a sequel one too, right? So I think I really liked the first one they did. I think the sequel, maybe because they were prepping for this series.
Well,
more of a springboard.
A little worried.
I've got a trailer that looks like it dropped 2 hours ago. So this is on YouTube for Star Wars Visions presents the Ninth Jedi. It's the new limited series from Lucasfilm and Production IG, which is the original studio that made the original two shorts for Visions Volume 1 and 3, I believe. So we'll just take a quick listen to this.
銀河系からジェダイもシスも消えてしまった。宇宙の秩序は乱れに乱れ、恐ろしき戦国の世となっていたのだ。探しているのは 共に銀河のために立ち上がってくれる者たちです。新たなジェダイと共に戦ってくれる兵がいなければ。
あなたジェダイなの？
我が名はナワーム。銀河の秩序をもたらす者。
ナワームを止めたいだけです。
カイバークリスタルを兵器に使うだって。
発射。
お前にできるわけない。
これは危険な任務だぞ。
ちょいと揺れますぞい。
これはジーマ殿が鍛えた使い手の心を映すセーバーだ。
あの光、ナワームはジェダイ。
ジェダイは正義のために戦ってる。
フォースとやらの導きはあるか。
そういうお前は正義とやらのために何人殺した？
All right, so that
Cool.
looks pretty cool.
I will
That looked
say,
pretty good.
Yeah.
In audio format that we're recording in, I suspect majority of fans were expecting English.
Oh, there's one or two Japanese fans out there that were like, finally.
Yeah, I'm sure they're out
going
there.
on. Finally, I don't have to use my AI translate for this whole podcast every week.
Yeah.
The other 56 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Looks super cool.
It looks
though.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that does. Yeah.
I will say I was really loved the first episode. Second one left me maybe a little nervous. That trailer looks cool.
It does.
So I'm on board.
Whatever ended up happening with that Star Wars Visions project that like allegedly copied the stunt performer from a short film?
No, I never heard.
Yeah, what happened? What happened with that?
Yeah.
Wait, can you remind me? I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, so there was one of the shorts in volume 3 had a duel that was like eerily reminiscent of a fan film project that it looked like they may have used for reference of the choreography for the lightsaber duel.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And it was like allegedly within reason of accusation, you know
Allegedly
what I mean?
shot for shot and like frame
for
posed,
frame.
everything.
Yeah, everything. Framing.
Allegedly, when you put the two frames side by side, allegedly they look very allegedly similar, allegedly to each other.
Yeah.
It's like identical.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It was like the same.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
At first I thought when I saw it, I was allegedly thinking that the Star Wars Vision allegedly was the original footage. And then I saw the other footage afterwards and it was like, wow, allegedly this is someone making a copy of the Star Wars Visions episode. But then I found out it was the other way around. And then allegedly, I was allegedly thinking that it could be a copy.
And that's allegedly by yourself.
Allegedly very controversially.
That's all alleged.
Very controversial.
That's all alleged.
Yeah.
Everything I just said, if I wasn't clear.
So take it with a grain of salt.
Take it allegedly.
Yeah.
Take it allegedly with a grain of salt.
Allegedly with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And some caution. But yes.
Can this episode just be Cantina Banter, allegedly?
Yeah.
It's a good subtitle.
I mean, a large portion of this episode was in Japanese, so allegedly, this is not really a Star Wars podcast.
Oh, man. Well, I don't know what happened with that. It was it didn't exactly get follow-up stories or anything like that. But I saw I don't think it made its way past.
Just like change its name and keep going.
I don't think it made its way past the Twitter sphere. But no idea. It was sketch to say the least. But nothing came out of it. So I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching it right now, and this is allegedly. Allegedly, it's pretty. I could see it. You know,
Yeah.
like if,
Yeah.
I mean, no, this is crazy.
It's like
This is even
90% the same.
This is even worse when then like I feel like I kind of noticed this on the Thor movie.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
Yeah, like
With the
when
Star
they
Wars
crash.
trailers.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, when the Thor movie kind of like did the same kind of transport, crashes into a temple,
Yeah.
and then they all get out, and it's very reminiscent of like one of the Old Republic trailers, like the cool cinematic ones.
For sure.
But like that's not even ripping off from like another studio. Like in this one, you're just taken from the people.
Yeah.
Damn.
Taken from the fans. I mean,
George Lucas made a whole museum just to defend this exact thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Protect the people's art.
Yeah, protect the people's art.
Allegedly.
That's right. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, is anyone looking forward to Zero Company and Galactic Racer?
Zero Company, definitely. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're just getting so close.
All right.
Oh yeah, what's the date? Do you know?
Josh, what is the date?
Kirk, what is the date?
He's a day ahead. It's going to be wrong.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars Zero Company.
It's already released.
Release date.
It's already out.
That's a great question. Yeah, I've actually been playing it for the last few months. Because that's how far ahead we are.
That's all.
I think it's August 28th. Yeah,
Man, the world turns real slow.
It's
faster than I
allegedly. Allegedly, you're that.
Yeah,
far in the future.
allegedly it comes out on August 27th.
I think they're already in winter down there.
Yeah, it's 12 degrees here, which in I don't know, you in Fahrenheit? What is that? Fahrenheit.
Why do we don't know that either?
12 degrees.
So October 6th is when Galactic Racer comes out, and Zero Company gets released on August 27th. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's coming out before?
Yeah, Zero Company comes out first, and then Galactic Racer comes out after. Zero Company is a single player experience, whereas Galactic Racer is both single player campaign as well as featuring online racing modes. Zero Company comes out on Steam and PC in Canada as $65, with Galactic Racer at $78. Both are up for pre-order. That's the Canadian dollar. So for US fans, it's going to be a bit different, and
it'll be less. Don't
worry. It'll be less dollars in your dollar. That is specifically for the PC version on Steam, and both are up for pre-order. That is for the base game. There are deluxe versions of the game for both, neither of which really grant you anything good other than some cosmetics. So I
believe the racing game, if you get the deluxe edition, all of your racers are just 10% faster.
yeah, allegedly. No, you get the better skin though. Makes you look like you're going faster. You get the Naboo N1 Starfighter skin for all the different vehicle types, which is pretty cool.
So you're getting that then, right?
No, I'm not, because that's like $15 or it's like $10 or $15 extra just for that. I'm like, no.
You love the N1.
Yeah, I do, but not that much. Like, I mean, not
$15.
Not $15.
You would buy an N1 for $15?
No way, man. Just for cosmetic? Like, no way.
If it was a gunship, I could definitely see it, but yeah, not
yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, exactly.
What if you could play? What if your character was a commando? Would you pay $15?
I'm not a cosmetic buyer. Is the thing. I don't really buy things for cosmetic.
Wait, weren't you the one like 10 minutes ago said that you're very willing to get a full George Lucas cosmetic outfit for yourself to attend the premiere for?
That's
just an IRL cosmetic.
That's an IRL, dude. Not cosmetic.
I will say if your character in game could just be George Lucas for $15, I'd probably do it.
In Galactic Racer?
Yes.
But he has to make George Lucas noises as you go.
Okay, yeah. He's got to make...
Please, Josh, can we do a video where you narrate
the races?
They're
side by side.
They're side by side. He's coming up. The ball was coming up the back. Okay, it just crashed. All right. No, wait. No, I was wrong. That guy. No, he's a different guy. Oh, yeah. Okay, somebody won.
That's going to be George. The other game released is recently, actually, it's already out. $40 Canadian is the Monopoly Star Wars Heroes and Villains. It actually looks like a very good interactive version of Monopoly, and it's all Star Wars-ified. Somehow that snuck under the radar for a while, but I think that one's made by Ubisoft. Yeah. kind of neat. There's a
I
Star Wars
probably saw
monopoly
that
out there.
at some point and went, Ubisoft? Nah.
No, yeah, not for
Buying
you.
is no
good lately.
I'm not buying.
I haven't been paying attention.
Kirk, did you hear about the Art of Andor?
No, I did not hear about the Art of Andor. Is that like a book that they're going to do out?
Yeah. So there's a big series that they've been doing for quite a few years now. They're these like lovely, larger, square-looking books. I know you've got some of them, Blake. Like some of the art,
I've got some of them as well. Oh
the art
wow!
of books.
It gets delivered tomorrow.
Yeah, you have the solo one. Yeah. So they're making one for Andor season 1 and 2 combined, and it features all of the concept artwork for the show, for the series, and that's coming out soon. I know that there was one for the Mandalorian that also got recently released, which is pretty cool. But for any Andor fans out there, you get a nice sort of 288 pages of behind the scenes look at what it takes to bring a series like that to life, containing 500 full color illustrations and extensive interviews with the lead actor Diego Luna, as well as some of the several visual artists and creators involved in the series, as well as the showrunner Tony Gilroy, as well as the writer Dan Gilroy, his brother. And the Gilroys are also bookending with a foreword and afterward. So very cool. And, should complete the Andor collection for any of you out there who are...
If I order within the next 56 minutes, I'll get it tomorrow.
Really?
Amazon delivery, baby.
Allegedly, that's a pretty good deal.
That is pretty good. That's a big deal. That's 2 days away for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be personally dropped off by a probe droid, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
I'll make sure not to spoil anything for you guys.
Somebody translated what the probe droid was, and it sounds like they just took like courtroom
banter, or
recordings
like
and, like sped it up and put it through a filter. I
For the
just saw
original
this
probe
video.
droid?
Yeah,
Really?
For Empire Strikes Back. Sorry,
like the final
yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
that's a courtroom.
Yes, somebody just put it into like regular speaking, and it sounds like sound bites from a courtroom.
This sounds once again
they have to have the
sourcing from the
original
people.
sound. Like,
Sourcing from the people.
You could pull that.
I always thought it was someone speaking into like a tin can.
I always thought it was just George Lucas. I don't know. just like doing some gibberish.
You just find I think you just find everything to relate back to George himself.
It always does.
It always does.
All
Yeah,
comes back at him.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I got this new like cologne today. It kind of smells like what I think George Lucas would smell like.
What's that psychiatrist experiment where they hold up the cards and
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the ink block test.
Are you gonna say that you did it, and every single card you said it was George Lucas?
Ink blot test, yeah. And every single card is George Lucas.
Just related to him somehow. Turkey neck.
George.
Flannel shirt.
Lucas.
The ranch.
It's a George. It's a George.
Okay, so it's called
Actually, have you
Rorschach
seen that video of
ink
someone
blot
doing
test.
a George Lucas reaction to the Rise of Skywalker trailer? It's the funniest thing I've seen.
Oh man, I remember when that came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that. Oh, good. It's the what's it called?
Rorschach ink
Yeah,
blot
it's like
test.
Okay, got it. Sorry, Kirk, say again.
No, I just remember when the Rise of Skywalker the trailer came out, and then someone pretended to be George Lucas and react to the trailer, and he was not happy with it. He was like, "Oh, this looks like Disney just took a dump all over my IP."
Oh yeah. Okay, maybe I have seen that. I think I have seen
Yeah.
that. Oh man, that's good stuff. But you're gonna get less of that these days. I think with maybe Dave in charge of things. I feel like that.
Dave's too busy putting him in his big hat in the movies.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get
You have
more.
a cameo in
which I-
every single show going forward.
Which I'm not complaining about, but yeah.
We're gonna
We're
get.
gonna find out that Dave Filoni's character is actually a clone, and that's why there's Dave Filoni's in every timeline, all over every single medium.
Oh man. CT Bologna. CT Bologna.
CF.
Yeah. Okay.
GF 104.
I thought this
FC would be Filoni clone.
this piece of news I thought might interest you, Blake. What's one of the best Star Wars books that you've liked in the last 11, 12 years?
It's a long time.
In the Disney era.
I don't even remember all of them.
I know the answer.
Well, I think we all know the answer. Come on, you know it is.
We know Blake better than
we know Blake better than Blake knows
Can
himself.
you remind me? I'm on the spot.
Okay, it's a young adult. It's a young adult romance novel.
The Stars one?
Yeah,
that one was pretty good.
Lost Stars.
That was a good book.
Okay, so there's a new one coming
that
out.
One.
I did.
Yeah,
really
you rave over that one.
It's kind of like slowly melted into the back of my brain.
You told me you cried.
No, that's because I listened to the Attack of the Clones.
When we read Darth Plagueis, you said it's nothing compared to Lost Stars.
Is that within the window though, or is Plagueis beyond the window you gave me?
Plague. Well, I think it was like he was in the realm of like favorite canon books. It was like one of your top 3, but Plagueis is like one of your top 3 Legends books.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got to distinguish between.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a new one coming out. It's called Eyes Like Stars. It's an upcoming canon young adult romance novel written by Ashley Poston. Set to be published by the Random
this is
House.
Now like my genre.
Yes, the Random House.
Hey, if Josh goes to me and is like, "Hey, you're the anime weed,"
I'm the young adult romance guy.
Yeah, we got an Andor specialist, an anime specialist, and now romance specialist.
Okay, good. I'd rather it not be like specifically young adult.
I'm still trying to figure out what Darian says. I feel like it might be the fan film territory and maybe something else there, but
I think that's fair.
Yeah. But I mean,
what are you, the puppet master?
He's
George
the cat
Lucas
wrangler.
specialist.
I'm the fake Filoni. Hey, that's not nice.
It's original FC1 over here.
A fake Aloni.
Fake Aloni. The fake George.
Fake Aloni.
So if you want to hear about this one, a charming young adult romance featuring all new characters plus cameos, a magnetic attraction, a mysterious artifact, and a fearsome first order from New York Times bestseller Ashley Poston. When 18-year-old Ardent Quay saves the life of a fast-talking wild spacer on Coruscant, she doesn't expect a thank you, and she certainly doesn't expect him to stow away on her father's Star Tour ship. Yet here he is, taking up residence in the ship's pantry and eating all her favorite snacks.
What a rascal.
What a rascal, yeah. Man, he deserves a kiss, don't you think? He's mysterious and coy and strange, with silver hair and eyes speckled with stars, and no matter how much she tries to pull away, she can't. She should report him to her father, but the stowaway soon convinces her that there's a nefarious plot to play on his ship, one that has the lives of everyone on board at stake. With the galaxy on the brink of war and the First Order breathing down their necks, Ardent and her stowaway must ferry a precious artifact to its homeworld without getting caught, or worse, killed. This is actually a terrible time to take a tour of the galaxy, and an even worse time to fall in love. This page is 352 pages, comes out July 21st, 2026. That
Full
is
352 pages of pure romance.
Oh yeah, pure loving.
I don't know if I described it like that.
Never heard you read something like that before.
I have to admit, I kind of tuned out just after we started talking about George Lucas, and then I tuned back in then. So I don't know what Josh is going on about, but it sounded like he was doing some love letter to George from my context.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, we got another book review on the horizon, my friend.
Well, I'm glad we're doing Bad Batch first.
Yeah, Bad Batch Sanctuary first. We made a promise, and then that'll come later. But yeah, we'll definitely have to
get 50 Shades of Grey. That's 50 Shades of Ray.
50 Shades of
Don't search that up.
I'm sure it exists.
Let's move.
I'd bet money.
Yeah. The way I think about it now, yeah, that probably does exist. So let's continue.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I think that is everything that I have on my list for the evening. Does anyone? I think Bryce, did you wanted to talk about an experience you had?
No, honestly, I have talked about my experience in Japan, just like seeing the stuff, and then we talked about Star Wars Eclipse. That was what I was going to talk about.
Right.
Just kind of the.
We haven't talked about your Amani yet.
Oh yes, the Armani. Yes, the Armani. Yes. So yeah, what did you think about that?
Yeah, they're called like the Amanin. They're like the crazy aquatic creatures that the Hutts send after the Mandalorian. And I guess they're only really seen, the first time we see one is in Jabba the Hutt's palace in episode 6, I think. Then the next time, and I encourage everyone to go read this because it's my favorite. I think it's my favorite Star Wars comics, but it's just the Empire series. I think it's just Legends now, but there was this run in Empire, I think Empire like 16 to 18 or 19, where this Imperial base is pretty much being attacked by they're on the Amanin planet, and they're being attacked by these Amanin. And it's pretty much like Vietnam, it's very, very fun especially, if you're like a Bucketheads fan, you like kind of the more military aspect of Star Wars. But it was very interesting because in these comics, they're not aquatic at all. They're like prairie jungle things, and they don't swim. They mainly roll up in the balls. I think they do that once. They did.
Yeah,
right?
one of them did that in the movie. Yeah. So I was really glad they did that.
Also, I think I said Armani, not Amani. The Armani is a high-end luxury clothing brand. So
yeah, I mean, they're commonly mistaken.
Commonly mistaken.
Yeah. I think they're called the Amanin.
Amanin, right?
But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool to see them, but it was interesting that they kind of made a couple changes to kind of fit them, I guess, better into.
Would you say from canon versus expanded universe, would they be more or less civilized, as Obi-Wan would say?
Yeah, they were definitely more civilized before, because in the Mandalorian and Grogu, they were so animalistic, right? I don't even. I guess they're sentient, but
they had like tools and weapons.
Yeah,
that seemed like kind of the extent of their.
Yeah, they definitely played up more like a bunch of savages than they did culturalized.
Yeah.
Whereas previously, where they had like a society, like a village or something.
They were definitely like tribal. I don't know, if you were Imperial, you'd probably refer to them as savages, but they're probably just fighting for their home.
You imperialist over there.
I love that. But in the Mandalorian, yeah, like I don't know, maybe they were just captured and they were just living in the sewers,
in the cells, or down there with the big white snake.
Do you think maybe they are cultured people, and then maybe the Hutts like turned those guys into those kind of savage monster types?
Once they get sent out, they start living in that down ship, right? Before Mando goes in there and takes it back.
The ship has been there like a day.
I know, it looks so like
it's an ambush, man. Why do you got?
I thought they were just
that's true,
hiding out in there. I don't want to go back and deal with the Hutts. Would you?
Yeah.
No, that is a good point. Josh, you brought up an idea a little while back, and I kind of wanted to remind you. You were talking about doing like a merch section where if we had bought something to talk about it. So have you had your Star Wars tax recently?
Yeah. So I guess my merch of the week kind of thing on my list here at least was the games, but yeah, I mean, go for it. Like if you got a merch highlight of the week, let's hear it. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, gotta hit the button here.
Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Let's hear it.
I pre-ordered my Black Series clone helmet.
Nice. The Phase 1.
Yep, the Phase 1, the best clone helmet there is.
Excellent.
Pretty cool.
Excellent. Yeah, so we should be getting that pretty soon, right? Because that releases this month.
Yeah, I think in a couple days.
July.
So by the time this episode's out, we'll have it.
Yeah, that's exciting.
The post doesn't strike again.
What kind of clone helmet is it?
It's the Phase 1.
Phase 1 from like Attack the Clone.
Like
the
so
classic.
Cool.
Yeah, they released it, or they're releasing it. So it's on Amazon right now for pre-order, and yeah, releases in about a week.
I wonder what the scale's going to be like.
It looks like they on the pictures at least. It looks like they really.
Well, they have it like proportionally correct.
Yeah.
I'm wondering is it going to be like if you look at a trooper, will it be the same size or will it be bigger?
It might be one of those tricks that they used on some of the other helmets where they make it a multi-piece thing. Just because I know that the way the real 3D model is, people say there's no way somebody could get their head out of it, right?
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
So I think either they've made that lip on the underside a little smaller, or they've made it detachable and separatable so that it
Because it goes.
comes
Does it
apart.
go under your chin?
Yeah, I think so. But the thing is, because it's not out, nobody's posted any reviews, and then they've also like they haven't done any kind of Hasbro Pulse YouTube video that features it and talks about it. It was such a weird, like silent kind of this is happening, and they just did a social media post with a couple photos, and then the listing went up, and that was it. It was like, what? And then now I've been seeing images of the Jango Fett helmet becoming a thing.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
There's no pre-order listings for those either. But like
What's going on at Hasbro?
I don't know, man. But like whoever's in charge of marketing, like man, like dang.
Maybe Dave fired the old guy.
Dave runs Hasbro now too.
Yeah. And when it comes to Star Wars merch.
Yeah, dude.
I actually have a little merch moment too. I got
merch
something
moment.
from
That's a
Japan.
good name for it.
Merch moments. Okay, yeah, that's awesome.
Actually, I'll turn my camera on for this so you guys can see if you can see the camera.
Okay.
I got this in Japan in the theater. You can get.
Can't hear.
Hold on. Say again.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, just cut.
Away?
You cut out for like half a second there, but yeah, go for it. Are you talking again?
Okay, how about now? Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So in Japan, you can often get like you get a magazine when you go like watch a movie like in a theater, and I found like an old one from Empire Strikes Back, and
oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's like I'm assuming it's a reprint, but I have never opened it, so we can do it. We can do it live. We can see what's inside.
You better double check it's a reprint first.
It's okay.
He's opening it.
He's putting his skin oils
You're not
on it.
leaving it in the packet?
No.
Wait, it's allegedly a reprint.
It's a reprint. I got it in a very touristy area, and where they were selling like lots of these things. So
So sorry. What's the history of this thing? This is an original. This was.
So they gave away posters when you saw the movie.
Got it.
It was
Okay.
like a little magazine. It would explain kind of like who's in the movie.
Oh, okay. That's a cool idea. That's neat.
And
That's
they have
like
them for you can still get them. New movies in theaters.
that's so good. That's kind of like when you go to Broadway, like a Broadway show, you get a brochure that gives you the cast and like
So you know
maybe
when
a bit
you
of
have breaks.
Yeah, you just I don't know, you just something to read like in the pre-show or something like that. The reason they don't do that in North America is because they want your eyes on the screen looking at all that stupid advertisements. Well, that's so cool.
It's got all these like black and white, cool images in here. Like got, I don't know what's going on, but some really cool.
Super great for an audio medium.
Yeah, I know. But yeah,
Describe
just
like every panel.
There we go. It's got the whole cast in there.
Oh, that's neat.
In Japanese.
And this is for Empire Strikes Back.
It's for Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artwork.
Looks
in there.
like
That's pretty cool.
here's like just like an overview of all the directors, I'm assuming, and the
like the writers and stuff, producers.
Wait, was that like President Lincoln?
It sure looked like President Lincoln.
Just like President Lincoln.
Yeah.
So
here's like a casting credits on the back, so you can know everyone else.
Wait,
Yeah.
which picture of George did they use?
I think they used the one you were talking about.
Back to George.
Handsome beard.
Back to George.
Handsome beard.
Back to George.
Handsome
Oh my God,
George.
look at these guys. They look like
They all got mustaches.
they look like these guys all look like they could have like assassinated Franz Ferdinand.
Like all like KGB photos.
Yeah. But
That's awesome.
here's handsome George, with the beard.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's the one that's in the textbooks. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Thanks
Good
for sharing.
find.
Thanks for sharing that.
That's an excellent merch moment.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Kirk, you got a merch moment? Blake, any merch moments recently?
No merch moments for me, I don't think.
Yeah.
Nothing from this week.
Nothing as cool as that though.
Can't top that.
Can't top that. All right. All right, cool. My merch moment. So I did end up buying that really awesome Star Wars Celebration flight jacket.
Oh, actually, I do have one.
Yeah,
Go ahead. You go first.
Oh,
No,
that's so
that was it.
cool.
That was it. It was like with the gold zippers and the gold
I
like
thought
flight.
you'd go for that. I
Yeah,
saw you,
yeah.
Talking to Kirk.
Yeah.
Like always go for it.
Oh yeah, had to.
Is it like sold out the next day?
No, I still. I mean, they're gonna sell them there, but I just didn't
Right.
want the inconvenience of
You
like.
get your size too.
Yeah, I wanted my size, and then I also didn't it's LA. I'm not wearing that thing around, So I'm just getting it shipped here, go down there without it,
Yep.
It's here when I get back. What's your merch moment?
So on Prime Day, I pulled the trigger and I got the Cody helmet too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's still like on. It's still
on your
like
wish list?
base. It's still on my wish list. It's still base value right now. It's like 139 or whatever, like the
No, it went
launch
up to
price.
like 140 or 150, but I think when I got it, it was like 120.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah. No, I looked.
It's like
I looked today and it was
$250 here.
one.
I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah,
It's all those shipping fees.
it's all the shipping fees. Yeah,
Wait,
it's all
does
that.
it all come from
It's all
China?
that airline fuel.
Isn't Australia
Oh
closer
my
to China?
goodness.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you come here, bring an empty case so that you can bring.
I'll be able to put 2 helmets. in this.
Yeah.
Resell them, they'll pay for your whole trip.
I've been contemplating about it for a while,
Great,
but
there
I'm
you go.
like, I don't know if I could do it, man. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I got too many helmets.
That's fair. I would say this Cody one, I think I give it like a 8 out of 10.
Yeah?
It's like,
how's the weathering?
Overall, that's the one issue. It's weird because it has like some of the weathering they did looks good, but they didn't weather it in the right places. So it's like they have like the kind of smeary streaks on it, which look good, but then there's all these like cracks and gaps and things, and they didn't put any greater detail, anything there. So it doesn't really make any sense. The Rex one looks like they put more thought into.
The little blue or red thing, does that spin?
No, solid.
It's supposed to spin.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that he had it until I put it down.
What about the visor?
Doesn't go up. It's supposed to go up.
Well, no, it's a blast shield. It's
Yeah, I don't think it's a visor.
Oh, really? It's not supposed to go up?
Bly has the one that goes up.
Well, the Lego figure goes up.
Well, that's just because that was manufactured.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to.
Okay, all right. But okay, the thing doesn't spin though.
No,
because it's supposed to like spin every so many seconds, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
Isn't that a light?
No, it's
No.
like a little. I don't know what it is.
I didn't know what it was either. I thought it was like a camera. Doesn't look like me.
Yeah. I don't know, whatever. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
I'll bring it over at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Bring it over next
We'll
time.
bring the Rex one up. Maybe we'll do a comparison.
Yeah, do a comparison. Yeah, that sounds good.
Because I'm probably going to end up repainting it a bit just to get the grid in properly. Because I find it so annoying.
I was going to ask if you were going to do that.
Yeah, I'll put a wash on it.
I hope to come out with a 501st version of that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. All right. Any last calls for anything? All right.
No, sir.
No, sir. All right. All right, good. Well, it's been a pleasure, everybody. Thank you so much for joining tonight, and we'll see you all in the next one.
We'll see you out there. Keep flying. This is the way.
See you guys later. Yeah, always a pleasure.
All right. Big Worm, thank you to our audience for tuning in and for the laughs that we share each week on this podcast. And we hope you enjoyed the conversation, the discussion, all the things that we brought up. And if there's ever any cool story that you want us to talk about or cover, you know how to reach us. That's swescapepodcast@gmail.com. And a little quick last minute thing from Kirk. Your sign off, sir.
Oh, see you, everybody. Bye-bye. I've been to before.
There he goes. All right. So, yeah, thank you so much. And, we'll have lots more to talk about this summer. As time goes by, we'll host a Galactic Racer multiplayer race tournament for podcast crew, and we'll do a fun video on that. And we'll see you at Celebration. Keep tuning in each week. May the Force be with you.